All right. This is Nolan Davis, and we're coming back from a long day. If you've seen, right, we had 6 hours of stream going. We had awards, we had panels, we had this red velvet cake that was absolutely scrumptious, right? It was delicious.
Did you try the lemon ring?
I did not.
No, because he didn't want to share
Oh, yeah.
with
Right. He didn't
anyone.
wanna
I don't
with
share.
you,
Right,
I don't.
right. So
I
we
don't.
shared, Chris.
Right.
Yeah, it was
That's great for you guys.
It was
Not for me. I wanted all my velvet.
Yeah.
So now we're at the networking part of it. We're toward the end, and about 30 minutes left. We're going to start interviewing some other people that have been here majority of the day and get some of the tidbits and things that they got from the forum. But I wanted to start with my core team and ask a couple of questions like Tessie. Tessie, what do you think what's the biggest takeaway from this forum?
Me.
Boom. There you have it.
She stole mine. That's not fair. She stole my line.
What are you thinking?
No, I really do feel like because I do events, the fact that we had a really good time and we were able to engage with the people,
Yes.
that's the piece that people need to take away with. Because we could walk away with business cards, drop them at the house and do nothing with it. But the fact that we were able to engage with people will leave a lasting memory of who we are. And that's what networking really is about.
Okay. All right. Chris, what about you, sir?
Yeah, so I mean, we've been on air most of the time. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from the people that we've been interviewing. They've gotten great information. We actually talked to some of the organizers, and they were saying that the feedback they're getting from the heads of state literally are actually really good. So This is the kind of information that business owners, male or female, need to have. So this forum's done a great job of getting great information into the hands of small business owners.
As you talk about organizers, I would love to see if we can get Shirley Brooks. You see Shirley Brooks out there. Tessie, could you see if you can go get Shirley?
Work your magic.
I'm going to see what I can do, guys.
Yeah.
Give me a few
Because Shirley happens to love Tessie for some odd reason.
She doesn't love you? Who doesn't love you?
Come on,
Are you
man.
kidding?
Come on, man. Don't make me blush. Don't make me blush. But you know what? It was about 300 people here.
Yep.
350 people. And I mean, it was businesses from startups to 20, 30 million dollars.
Yeah, one of the award winners has a $20 million business.
Right.
Yeah.
And she started that $20 million business with a $500 credit card.
Yeah. So
that's a heck of a story.
$500 to $20 million.
Right.
Wow.
In a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right. This is not like her great grandchild it's in her lifetime.
Yeah.
She did that. A lot of success right here. And one of the biggest themes and one of the biggest walkaways for me is that I always feel a lot of times like I'm the only one that's trying his hardest. Right.
Right.
That a lot of the people that I deal with, other than, you and I, when we do the show, we're always
Tessie sometimes,
right.
since she's not here.
But no, really, we're always iron sharpens iron type of deal. And that was really the theme of what was going on today is overcoming obstacles, facing adversity, and just trying to figure out how to create solutions for the problems that are out there, being successful and giving back to the community at the same time.
Yep.
So it was a lot of that going on. And one of the last interviews that we had was with the lady from Alaska that the 2 bucket lady. I don't know if you saw this. It was 2 buckets. She didn't have running water. So every morning they would take 2 buckets, and she ran a business and they didn't have heat or running water in Alaska.
Yeah.
And she
grew it to the point that it overtook her time with her family and then dropped the business.
Right. She sold the business and moved to
Costa Rica.
I was going to say Puerto Rico. Moved to Costa Rica, wrote a book about it, the whole nine. And it's those types of things that really, from a reflective standpoint, really shows the journey of an entrepreneur. And maybe not that drastic, but it does show the journey. And so, Tessie, if you can have a seat right over there. I want to get Miss Shirley right over here next to me. Come on, Miss Shirley. Oh, look at that walk. I don't know. Is it in focus yet? Look at that walk, right? If you could give her the mic.
Absolutely.
Miss Shirley Brooks.
Yes.
How are you today?
I am blessed.
Okay. I know you are exhausted. I've waited all day to talk to you because you are the person that they chose to host this fabulous event.
They might have chose me, but thank God there are so many small businesses like
Vids Inc.
Vids Inc.
Uh-huh.
and other organizations, the WBEA, all of my bank partners who came together to help make this a strong event.
Okay. All right. All right. So give me a little bit of background. I know you started off with Axiom, but you've been doing some things with big finance organizations. Talk to us a little bit about what you do.
You know, for many years I was in the IT industry. And 15 years ago or 16 years ago, I made a transition to nonprofit world, and I didn't know what I was getting into. And I started working for an organization called Axion, which has since changed their name to Lift Fund. And Axion Texas was an organization that was structured to help small businesses access capital. Accessing capital is the number 2 reason small businesses fail. So it was a great fit for me, but I didn't really understand micro lending. And after about 6 months, I realized this is a place for me. This is really where I fit because I really got it. I really understood what small businesses was missing. 14 years later, I moved over to the Women's Business Center, which our mission is to help women access capital, create and develop businesses, but also to help them access capital. And so when I made that transition, it gave me an opportunity to be able to touch a business a lot longer than just trying to help them find capital. And so it has been a great transition. And I'm under my host company is the Women Business Enterprise Alliance, and they're a certification program. And their plight is to be able to vet businesses, women-owned WBEs, for major corporations, making them accountable, or helping them find small businesses, rather, not making them accountable, but helping them find women-owned businesses that have the capacity to be able to service large contracts. So, you know, we awarded 9 businesses today,
Absolutely.
and at least 7 of those awards went to women who are making over $1 million a year. Most of them are in contract. They're in the procurement industry. And that's really what it's about, is how do we help leverage the field for women in business and give them an opportunity to develop strong businesses that are not only opened for a season, but able to scale and grow. So it's exciting. Women coming out supporting other women today made me realize that there's just so much that women have to offer, and women supporting women is so exciting.
Now, I was talking to Chris earlier. Out of the 9 awardees, there was one guy who won an award.
Nasser.
Right, and you were saying that he supported women, and I've been supporting women, and I've been a fond believer in liking women for a long time. I can't remember one day I didn't like women.
Nolan?
Yes.
He gives us money.
Oh, okay. Okay. So moving on. I just wanted to say
He's with Wallace State Bank, and he's been on the board for 4 years. And Wallace State Bank, you know, not only do they come out and give their time and their efforts in helping women develop, but Nasser is always the first to get the checkbook and say, how much do you need? And so, and he's done that from the very beginning of the Women's Business Center launching here in Houston. So that makes us excited.
Got you. So what is the biggest thing that you're going to walk away with from this whole big event, and from the whole standpoint of actually putting it on? Because you got to meet all these awesome people. You had sponsors, you had volunteers, you had the booths out there. He was out there walking around. You had people coming up to you. You had so much going on. What's the biggest walk away?
Is that what we offer today, the plate that we served, which is our sessions. Small businesses really need that kind of attention, that type of information. And so as long as we can continue to use these type of platforms to serve them, then we will help this economy and help small businesses in growth by continuing to provide this, because every small business owner told me that their lives were changed, that they were touched, that these were some of the most informative work sessions that they had been in, and that they really, really appreciated and look forward to seeing more coming out of this type of event. So I want to say thank you to the governor's office. Sonia Gilliard was wonderful. the governor, Greg Abbott, is really has a platform for helping women, break that barrier from being number 2 to number 1. And I think today was the first step toward that race.
Okay. Now, I know this took a lot to put together. My last question is, what's next? Now that we got this over and behind us, what's our next big project?
After I soak and some
Soaking.
salt.
Salt. See what I'm saying?
No. What's next is I made a lot of great contacts.
Sure.
And we offered great workouts sessions, those breakout sessions, and one was capability statements. So what I have at the Women's Business Center is that I'm going to be offering that class. I'm getting ready to take, you and I have talked about taking a 39 county tour and helping develop businesses or bringing businesses to, introducing them to what you do, and me introducing them to how to develop and build their businesses. So what I see coming out of this is lots of relationships that we can come together. We're standing on one leg or two legs. It's a little tough sometimes, but when we all come together collectively and we're standing together, it's just a more sound foundation. And I think what's going to come out of this is I'm going to bring a lot of those workshops into my everyday work to bring this in front of small businesses, because y'all offered so much. Everybody was talking about Nolan Davis and his team, and a lot of things they said they did not know. And so you're making.
Oh, I thought you said did not like. I thought that's what, a lot of things that they did not like. I was like, wait, don't say that. Don't say that. Cut. Okay. I'm like, cut the wire.
No, so many people were fired up for this, and they really understand that it's about the brand.
Yes.
And as long as they know what the product is and they brand it well, their business will succeed. And we help them find capital. So I just think that there's going to be a lot of great stuff coming out of this.
Okay. Is it, before we let you go, is there anything that you want to let our viewers know before you get out of here?
If you didn't make it out here today,
Shame on you.
you missed it.
You did miss it.
But call us or look for us this time next year, because we'll be back.
You think we're going to do it next year?
We're going to do this thing.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shirley Brooks. Thank you, Miss Shirley. I appreciate you. All right. So we do have a couple of people out here in the audience that I think we're going to interview those people as well.
I'm going to go find out. Or Chris, you want to go find out? We'll both go find out.
Okay.
We'll circulate the room.
Okay.
See who
Go.
we can bring back to you.
Right.
Now, earlier we had to stop. The line was getting to be so long, and we had to break down and come here. So it was a lot of people that didn't get a chance to get on the live stream. So we're just going to try to be a little bit social right here, right now, get some other stories. And man, the first person he went to, they're already coming over.
Wow. Exciting.
So, it was, how many people did we wind up with overall?
330.
330? That's a great turnout.
Right.
And you can just walk on over?
And I can.
You can if you like, or you can stay. Yeah, see, she had her hand up under the table and was like, I can go, right? I can go.
She's trying to sneak out on you.
Absolutely. Miss Rita, I'm Nolan Davis.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. If you can use this microphone, and actually, Chris will hold that for you. So, Miss Rita, what do you do?
I'm a recruiter with Recruiting Source International.
Okay. And what type of positions do you recruit for? Is it just any type? Some people are just like oil and gas industries, or is it just oil and gas?
No, actually, our specialization is customer service. So, in our estimation, the skill set to recruit effectively for a company crosses all industries. It doesn't matter whether it is in IT or engineering, or if it's in healthcare, law firm administration. What they're really looking for is someone who's going to specialize in them.
Right.
They're looking, our clients have indicated to us that they're looking for somebody who will get to know them, know what their office is like, what is their culture like, what does a right fit candidate look like, what are not just the hard skills, you know, the technical skills, but what is the personality fit?
Sure.
So if you've got a really laid back company, you know, you might not feel real comfortable with someone who wants to come in every day with a suit and tie.
Right.
But if you're a suit and tie company, you might not feel comfortable with someone who wants to show up every day in jeans and a t-shirt.
Right.
Well, it's my job to find out what works best for you and to make sure that we find candidates that are a perfect fit for you. All you have to do is take a look at them, get to know them, and pick your next best candidate.
And it sounds as if you've analyzed the industry and figured out all the challenges in the industry and rectified that. So my next question is this: as you stand out in your industry, being a leader and a professional in what you do, what did you walk away with from here today that you say, boom, that's something extra added that I can implement in my business today?
Well, there were so many things, actually. It was truly a joy being here. From the early morning session where we learned about engage, align, and then tear out. Now, you need to engage with people who you've never met before, people who can supplement your business, that you can give help to, so that you're working together, so that you can align. You want to work with somebody who's in alignment with what you want to do. How you want to grow your business, how you want to help someone else grow their business, so that we can come together and the synergy will come into play, and then we can all be successful. And as we're doing that, we have to be mindful to tear out those things that might be holding us back. So if there are some fears that may be holding you back for whatever reason, if there are some activities that may be holding you back, you need to make sure you tear those out, because if you're so full of negative or bad things, there's not any room for you to receive the good things that are in store.
Right. I get that. And what panel did you hear that from?
That was in the morning panel with the first speaker, and I've forgotten her name, Loretta.
Okay.
Oh, so that was at the morning breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That was preparing the meal.
Loretta Williams.
Yes.
Right.
No,
Yes, she was fabulous.
Renelle.
Everybody was so fabulous.
Renelle.
Grinnell Williams.
Yes.
Yep. It's a dash. Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. I know Loretta. She actually did some things with me at Microsoft. Very inspirational with the whole super lady movement.
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And you can see it. It is all, she's all about the super lady.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
She
Absolutely.
inspired me to be a super lady. I too can be Loretta.
Right. Absolutely. So as you talk about, aligning, what type of, because one of the things that people saw in our panel is that I'm in alignment with a couple of people and they have different businesses.
Sure.
So it's funny you say that. Somebody just said that earlier. So are you looking to create those alliances with other businesses to help grow together and look at that synergy from a partnership standpoint? Or what does alignment mean to you?
Well, most definitely.
Okay.
My understanding is that's what the enterprise is all about.
Absolutely.
It's all working together, networking, aligning with one another so that we can all grow. So, for example, there are many small businesses who, for one reason or another, don't feel that they can afford working with a professional consulting firm. Well, we will work with them as they're trying to discover the position that they may need. Because, for example, I spoke with someone today, and her husband is getting ready to open a law firm, and he's not real sure what positions he needs. Well, we're going to come alongside and say, okay, so what are the services that you're going to provide? What are the expertise that you already have in-house? We're going to help him try to discover which positions do you need a bookkeeper? Do you need a CPA?
Right.
You need a legal assistant? Or are you looking for a paralegal? Do you also want an admin assistant? Are you looking to bring in a partner? So we come alongside and align our services that we have available, which include executive search, direct hire, contract management, payroll services, HR services. If he would like for us to come on site and perform the recruitment there because he wants to get his eyes on some of the candidates, that's fine. Again, it's all about customer service. what are your needs and how can we best help you meet those needs?
Got you. Miss Rita, I appreciate your time coming
That
out
was
here
really
talking
good,
to
yeah.
us. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep. A lot of what you're saying is very empowering, especially at the end of a long day. For you to still have this much energy and adrenaline and momentum going speaks volumes of what she put together here today.
Oh, without a doubt, every single session was outstanding. Every session. And I'm not a person who gives compliments lightly, but they were very, very empowering. You're welcome. It was very well put together. All of the sessions were very, very informative. They were packed with information.
Mm-hmm.
People were able to ask questions. When you left with information that you can put into play immediately.
Right.
There were sessions on assessments and how you can use those assessments in your hiring practices.
Mm-hmm.
There were sessions on understanding what your individual leadership style may be, as well as the leadership style of the rest of your team and how you work together and how you can help one another to become successful. There was, I've been told, a session on social media.
Boom. Hey.
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 Did that also include video?
Also included video,
Absolutely,
and it was
absolutely.
off the chain.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a fabulous session all the way around. And those who were not here, I'm telling you, you missed a treat.
Got you. Miss Rita, I appreciate it.
you on your back.
I did not.
You paid me well.
I was just about to say we just met and now the cat is out of the bag. Miss
This,
Rita, it was a pleasure.
this whole process just got a lot more expensive.
Exactly. It sure did. It sure did. So is Tessie going around and get some more people?
It was
It
a
doesn't look like
pleasure.
Are you out of here too?
I'm out of here.
I was trying to make sure that everybody told you
Got to say
thank you
thank you,
for
yeah.
what you put together.
Oh, thank you. So let somebody get in this seat.
Okay, well come on.
Get in this seat.
We-
Yvonne.
Looks like Yvonne. Yeah.
Oh, Miss
Thank you so
Yvonne is
much,
waiting.
Rita. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss
It
Rita.
was a pleasure. Thank
Hey,
you.
leave your card on that table over there if you don't
Most
mind.
definitely.
All right, thank you so much.
Wonderful. Come join
Henry
us.
knows how to read it.
Oh, okay, you know
By
Henry.
Nolan.
Boom. I should have known.
Can I hold my phone just for security purposes?
You can, yeah.
My blanket.
Is that
Ooh,
your-
look
is that
at, now your
security
phone is your
blanket?
blanket. Hey, Miss
Yes.
Yvonne.
How are you, Mr. Nolan?
What's going on with you?
Life is good.
Life is good.
Yeah, this was a great event.
Well, man, we were a part of it. Miss Shirley is the one who really put it together. I know you were doing some volunteer stuff as well.
Volunteering.
Right. What? I didn't even see you until later. I've been here since early this morning. Where
I
were
was
you
in
volunteering?
meetings all day,
Okay.
and so I was rushing to get here. You know how it is when you wear
Yes.
your hat to go from one meeting to the next. But I could not let this day go without coming and being a part of it.
Okay. Okay.
So, great.
So what did you walk away with though?
So I was like the timekeeper in two seminars. One of them was about the capability statement, so just being exact in putting together your mission, your partners. And I just met so many great people, learned about different companies, different ideas.
Mhm.
If I didn't have an idea to have a business, I would start today.
Right.
So it was just awesome. I mean, even though I was coming to volunteer, I could share with other people what I do, and they could share with me what they do, and they didn't even mind me just sitting there and listening because I'm just a learner.
Okay. Well, tell us what you do.
Oh, actually, I work for Bank on Houston. It's an initiative
Okay.
between the City of Houston, FDIC, and Federal Reserve. So it connects the unbanked and the underbanked. So
Mhm.
unbanked are people that don't have bank accounts.
Right.
Underbanked are people that use like the payday and auto title loans.
Okay.
So it just connects that population to the financial industry, be it the banks and credit unions, financial education, financial coaching,
Mhm.
nonprofit organizations, because there are so many nonprofits. Everybody's on the same page. It's just helping our economy to flourish, with
Sure.
financial education, financial well-being. So I could probably talk about it all day, but it's great. And so it's just kind of putting Bank on Houston in front of employees. And it's not about banks. It's more about what financial products benefits the customer.
Okay.
So, not like what benefits the bank, but as a customer, what product is it that you want to use that benefits your financial picture?
Situation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, did you do some networking while you were here?
I did.
Okay. Now, I've asked everybody, what did they walk away with? What was their biggest aha moment? I'm going to ask you, this is the first time I've asked this all day. What was the biggest connection you made today?
Oh, let me see.
Great question.
Oh my goodness gracious. Biggest connection was just me going home and making a list of all the resources and everybody that I'm going to follow up with.
Okay.
Because there's always a way for people to connect.
Sure.
You know, even if it's not something that I need, it's something that somebody else can use. So I don't know. Did I answer that?
I don't think you did.
I should.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like,
I was
turn
gonna
around
let
and
you-
ask that
I'm
question.
going to say no.
I agree. I totally agree. I don't think I answered that either.
You know, I can tell you my biggest connection, and I think one that we both can use. But I'm going to speak just for myself.
No,
My
speak
biggest,
for me too.
no, I was saying we both. I was saying me and Chris is workforce.
Yeah.
I think the workforce connection and the possibilities of what they bring to the table.
Very interesting.
Absolutely. And I really want to, when somebody gives you that surface spiel, right? That 2-minute elevator speech,
Right.
and you just, it's like, it sounds so great, but it's,
Too
that
good
there's
to
some,
be true.
right? But it's so
Yeah,
many
yeah,
intricacies that we need to work out or figure out.
Yeah.
And it's that type of situation. So I'm really thinking that workforce, because I've met the ladies and the guy that was there.
Yep.
I met their boss, and he seemed to be excited. And we have a huge event coming in May of next year for UP, and I think they're going to be a part of that. So I talked to them on the preliminaries. But just what they're able to do for businesses, from the training standpoint to the paying 90% of the, it sounds like you said, too good to be true.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you should say that, because I thought to myself, if I was looking for employment, I met a couple of recruiters
Right.
Yeah.
that, I probably could have walked away with a job today, but I love what I do. So, but you're right.
Yeah, I think workforce was a great connection. Well, Miss Yvonne, is there anything you want to leave everybody with?
No, but I look forward to the next one, and I encourage everybody to get involved with the next event.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank
Miss
you
Yvonne.
so much. And
All right.
You guys keep up the great
Excellent.
work.
Great chatting with
Thank
you.
you.
All right. So we're going to see who else we can get.
I'll recruit some people.
We talked to Tracy already. Oh, girl, come on out here. I didn't know you had a box with you.
Wait, so we're going to make an exception? Are we going to make an exception? 2 interviews in one day?
Yes,
We're going to do it.
we're going to do it because she has her box right
We're going
there.
to break the rule.
Because she was talking about the shampoo mate, and it's right there. So we need to find out
Yeah.
what it's all about.
All right.
And so she just came back. So, now we got the girl power. She came back after Tracy's coming. Come on, Miss Tracy, sit down.
I do have one question.
Yes.
Who's getting their hair washed right now?
I guess. I guess I'll go on and do it. I guess. Okay. All right. So are you gonna up? Okay. So you just gonna let me unbox it,
Yeah,
huh?
you can unbox it right now.
Boom. All right. Now this is the product that we talked about earlier today.
The
So
Shampoo Mate
the shampoo mate.
can be found at shampoomate.com.
Okay. Okay. So this is where the neck goes,
Mhm.
and this lays on top of the sink. I take it. Okay. And this right here is to cover the mouth of the screaming baby. Is this not? I'm asking. That's what it
I think
sounded
they
like.
just shove that
It's
in
like,
the mouth of the screaming baby.
Shut up. Is
Yeah.
that's not what
Yeah.
that's not what it
No,
is?
not quite.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It's one size
explain.
fits all. You cut the strips and
See?
then you.
Wow.
Right?
That's
See?
okay.
Okay.
All right. So how do you use this
So
phone?
this piece is the piece that the child would actually lay on. This actually supports their neck. So I'm just gonna lay it up here.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I mean, supports the child while they're laying down on it. So it just gives them a layer of cushion while they're laying on the countertop, so that
Okay.
they're not laying on the hard counter.
Oh, so they lay on the countertop, put their head here, and the sink is here.
Exactly.
Boom.
So they're now comfortably resting their necks here.
Okay.
Mom can now have 2 hands free to give the baby an effective shampoo now, versus prior to, she would lay a towel down or something. She's basically holding her head and trying to shampoo, not getting an effective
Yep.
shampoo that way.
Also, you got to make
Right.
sure the baby's not falling off the counter.
Exactly. I do suggest that the child is at least 3 years of age or older. That way they're not as, moving all over
Yep.
the place.
There's no
at that
duct
point.
tape or belt in here.
Yeah.
I thought it was
No belts. No,
no.
duct tape,
Where's the shock cord?
not included.
This is great. So you went from concept to the prototype to the manufacturing and the packaging and everything.
That is correct.
That is the bomb.
and
And
that,
that says it all right
and
there.
that's it. So it turns
Shampoo
any sink
made.
into a shampoo bowl.
That is the bomb.
Well done. Well
Well
done.
done.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Now you know you
Alright,
need a
so-
video for this to show how it works.
Absolutely. So
Right.
I won, right?
I don't know if
We
you
haven't
won.
done the prizes yet, but I do want to ask you one question, Tracy. So you've been with us since this morning,
Yes.
and you were at our panels,
Oh,
right in the front row, and helping us out, answering questions, being engaged. So what would be the one thing, and not necessarily just our room, but what would be the one thing that you think you could walk away with today that would benefit you most with Shampoo Mate?
oh my. I honestly don't think I can pinpoint one particular thing. Today was awesome for me. I took so many notes. I mean, I have maybe 30 pages of notes, literally, from asking questions from everybody. At the stage that I'm in the business, you all's class, branding, was so invaluable to me.
This is getting more expensive.
It is. I'm
Get a
like,
lot
you
more
better
expensive.
stop because I'm running out of cash. Like I'm trying to tell you.
It honestly, it really was to be able to have a different perspective, and then to actually be able to network with other businesses as well. Then to go to the financing and hear from the company that went on the Shark Tank. I interviewed last year, was not selected, but to hear the actual process, the questions and things that I need to be prepared to answer at that point, and then being able to sit down and talk one-on-one with an angel investor, getting his feedback and those things that I need to be doing. I'm right there at the cusp, he said. So I'm excited, and I came here and got so much information. I'm ready to go home and source. So y'all gonna see me everywhere next year.
Right. So
All right.
because you got 2 interviews here,
Mhm.
when we see you everywhere and I catch you in person, do
Uh-huh.
not be acting funny.
Oh,
I'm telling you that right
I'm
now.
not.
I'm telling you that right now.
What you see is what you get. This is me.
It
And I,
happens to him all the time.
you know, but it's funny that you say that. Right. But it's funny that you say that because I got a couple of compliments from some customers this week, how transparent I am with the business and how I seem to be very engaging. I'm just Tracy. I'm just this girl from the south side of Chicago. I'm out here trying to do my thing and trying to really get or solve a need that a lot of parents don't know that they have.
Right. Southside where?
From 119th and Ashton, I went to
Ooh.
Finger.
I went to
From the
Mendel.
Wild Hundreds.
I went to
Oh,
Mendel.
I used to go to some of those Mendel parties
Man.
back in the day.
We probably have to
Right.
talk after this about some Chicago type stuff. We're gonna have to talk after this. They left out of it. So Tracy, it was great for you to come back.
Thank you
And
so
show
much for
us-
having
I
me.
love the packaging. I love everything that you have. And I think you gave me your card.
I
so
did.
I definitely will be contacting you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right,
And
Miss
thank you all
Tracy.
for having me again.
Of course.
All right.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Looks like we have,
I think we have somebody else
I
here.
almost took your book.
No, you cannot have your phone.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, you need this phone.
That business.
Yes. Come on over.
Oh, what we got? What's up, man? My name is Preston.
Preston. Nolan
James.
Davis. You look very familiar to me. Preston
I know I
James.
saw you earlier. I saw you earlier.
You saw me
I saw
earlier?
you earlier.
Okay, okay.
But
Are you her husband?
no. I am. We were talking, and she sold me on this, so
Okay.
I'm in.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, I think Tracy did this on purpose. She came. No, you did it on purpose. I'm talking about you right now. So I'm right here. I'm talking to you guys, right? So Tracy came with her box, and now she has a satisfied customer come right after.
Preston
If-
has spots. Preston has
That's
spots.
strategy right there.
Is it time for a
she was-
testimonial?
Look, right. Look, earlier today, I told her that she needs to get I'm saying testimonials are powerful, right, on your website. And so I went through the whole shebang, And he comes up here holding the box. And I said, are you her husband? He said, no, I just bought it and I think it's great. I'm like, okay, all right. So what's up, Preston? How are you, sir?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Had a great time today. And,
Okay.
you know, so really excited to be here. I'm looking forward to more.
Okay, well, what do you do? Let's start there.
Well, I'm actually I'm based in Austin, and currently I'm the CEO and founder of E3 Angel Network, which is an angel network of high net worth African American, Latino, and women that I founded in Austin. We focus on two things: one, to bring in more ethnically diverse, high net worth individuals to participate as angel investors in the startup ecosystem, and two, we work to see more ethnically diverse and women startups get funded. So
Gotcha.
that's what we've been doing since early 2015. And then recently I was appointed as the entrepreneur in resident at the McCombs Business School in the Herb Kelleher Center for Entrepreneurship. So I'm working with university students and faculty, aspiring entrepreneurs on, you know, how they can go ahead and take their concepts and ideas to the next level. So I am, you know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very cool.
Thank you.
I am trying to move to Austin. I love Austin.
Come on down, man.
Man, I'm trying to take. I need you
He's
to
been
put
saying
your.
that for years.
Look, no, I've been saying that for like months, but it's gonna take me a couple of years. I need you to definitely put a card on that table right there
Okay, I got
before
you.
you leave.
And we're going to do that. Okay.
Because you know, there's a lot of people that are always looking for funding. Shirley just sat here and talked about the lack of or the inability to get capital to start your business, and then you came right up here and just said, you know, we run the Angel Network with the halo and the whole thing, and I'm cool with it. I'm cool. So with everything that you saw today, what did you walk away with, and what do you think was your biggest connection today?
Well, I tell you, I walked away with the fact that there are plenty of talented, super talented women who are hungry, and they have.
She wants you to say that again.
Repeat
Yeah,
that
just
again. No, I'm
repeat
just
that.
kidding.
And look at her
When
when you say that.
when you say hungry, we can get you a sandwich.
Talented women that are, I mean, they have the desire, the passion
Yes.
to be successful.
Yes.
What I did also hear was the challenge of getting access to the right resources, whether they be mentors, whether it be funding, whether it be the network of connections to get to. I need to be able to distribute my, get a distribution for my product, manufacturing. What do I need to come to the table with when I go talk to investors? I think that a lot of that was something unknown in terms of, okay, well, I need X amount of money, right? But okay, well, what are you going to do with that money, and why that amount, and how are you going to scale, and the finances underneath it? So there's a lot of little intricacies that are sort of unknown that we need to bring to the table to help women just really escalate. And so that was a real key takeaway for me. And then your second question was
what is your biggest connection that you made here today?
I tell you,
besides buying the shampoo mate.
Yeah, I got my shampoo mat. So I'm bringing smiles at home, right? People are gonna be smiling when I get home. But the biggest connection, I think, is to I think I just fell into a whole new women's network up in here. So I guess I'll be back in Houston. You'll be coming to Austin. Yeah. I'll be coming up to Houston.
Hey, we need to connect.
If he moved to Austin, I would move away too.
So
Dude,
Preston, I have
this
a quick
all
question.
day.
We've been messing with him all day. We've
Right.
decided that was going to be our plan for the day.
job.
Right. And
So-
we've had a great time
See what I'm
doing
talking
it.
about?
But I had a question for you. So you're based out in Austin and your Angel Network is in Austin. Are you open to helping businesses here in Houston? I mean, you're here today for a reason. Are you open to helping the businesses here in Houston? And how would you get that market here in Houston? Or what is your plan?
That's a great question, and the answer is absolutely yes. I mean, we are building it out in Austin, but we're planning to do that somewhat in parallel in Houston, as well as in Dallas, and also in San Antonio. Right? We think Texas has a very strong base of entrepreneurship, and the other thing I will share is we've come up with a program after listening to many entrepreneurs, especially ethically diverse backgrounds. The challenges, our challenges are similar to all startups, is that they don't have that access.
Right.
But it's even more daunting for ethnically diverse and women startups. So the program that we've come up with, we said, hey, look, we believe the best way to really help the entrepreneurs scale their businesses and sort of avoid the valley of death, if you will, right? Is they've got to get that timely mentorship. They've got to get really immersed into the entrepreneur ecosystem. Right, because right now, a lot of people are sort of building their businesses outside of the ecosystem, where all the resources are in the ecosystem. The money is there, the mentorship is there, the experience is there. So we're trying to serve as a bridge into that ecosystem and say, okay, look, here's where we need to be, and then also provide sort of a guiding arm, if you will, a guiding hand to make it a transparent path. Not necessarily an easier path. I'm not going to say the word easy, but it's going to be a transparent path to say, okay, here are the resources that we need to be leveraging to, help you scale your business. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. We will be in Houston.
All right.
That's right.
So
Very cool.
I'm letting you know now that when I contact you next time you come to Houston, or if I go to Austin,
Come on.
that I need to hook up with you, because I'm doing something that's like a TED Talk, but called Up Social
yes.
Live. And that's what
Okay.
we're doing right now.
Okay.
And you can do your speech, and we'll put it out on our platform, and you can put it out on your platform, and some of those tidbits to really get people aware, not just of what you're doing, but to educate them.
That's right.
Is exactly what we're doing.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I definitely need to get with you, man.
We're on that. And here's my call. We're going. We're
Okay.
doing it. We're
Okay.
doing it.
Okay.
To your point about the whole education piece, I had a conversation earlier, and I asked somebody, I said, well, how much do you need? And they said, 20,000. And I said, okay, I kind of sank back in my chair a little bit. And I was like, well, is that all? I mean, is that all you need?
Right.
And the reason why I say that is because in some aspects, I'm like, do you think your business can be big? And if so, what does that vision look like? And then as we started talking about it, it was like, I probably need more than that to take it to where I want to go.
Right.
And I said, okay. And it was like, okay, think bigger. I'm thinking too small. I said, exactly.
Right.
So it's a mindset shift that we need to create, is think bigger, and then, come up, back it up with a plan. Don't just come in, throwing in some big numbers just to be big, but come in with a big plan, and then also back it up in terms of, how do I get to that plan, and this is what I need to get there. And when all that comes to piece, then it's a good story.
Preston, man, I appreciate you, sir.
My pleasure. Cool.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank
we
you.
gonna hook up, sir.
We're going to.
Hey, you're gonna see this guy again on Up Social Live. Preston,
I'm going to be there.
man, I appreciate you, sir.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
No, you can sit in. Why don't you stay in?
No, you had your box.
Okay. And you don't have a card on you, do you?
I do not.
But you're gonna
I can
I
get
think
one
it's
for
both
you
of you,
though.
right?
I think one of my
Come on
guys
in.
might have a card. Avery Hunter may have a card over there. All right.
So we've discovered that we have complementary businesses.
Okay. Well,
I'm
she
gonna
just
hand this
came
to you.
right. She just came right out and said, "We discovered we had." How are you? I'm Nolan Davis.
Nolan, I am Suzanne Rothschild, and I'm so glad to meet you.
Man, the pleasure's all mine, Miss Suzanne. And you are?
I'm Dr. Marianne Canali.
Okay. Hey, Dr. Marianne.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Now, okay, you guys are happy you met each other. This is just like you just
We
met.
wouldn't have met if we hadn't come today.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Not
And
that.
so wait,
First
did
time I've
you
ever been here.
right? Did you meet earlier or
Just met in the last 20 minutes.
last? And I can tell it's fresh. Like you guys, I can tell it's fresh. So tell me about what you do.
Okay. So I help businesses and their people deal with change, so mergers, acquisitions, transformations in the business operations.
Mm-hmm.
Something as simple as Microsoft changing versions. How often does that happen?
A lot.
And now people don't know where to find anything. They're frustrated. It really slows down productivity. Frustration goes way up. And so what I do is I work with the businesses to go in there, help the people understand why it's beneficial.
Hmm.
Why did the company make this decision? Because with their frustration level and anger, they're thinking it's just dumb.
Right.
Okay. But then through the change management, I help them to see the benefit to them personally and the company. And then it's a process, it's a journey. It's
Sure.
not like, flip the switch.
Sure.
But then they actually start seeing for themselves, oh, this is really pretty cool. And then I start teaching them where everything is now.
Right.
I mean, that's one of the many things. There's also, we teach many soft skills, about 100.
Okay.
And so, for example, there's many people that, and the same way, you're an expert in something.
Yes.
Engineers.
Yes, I am an
doctors.
expert at something, Miss
Actually,
Suzanne.
you're an expert in a lot of things.
Oh,
Well, I know that because I was in your program.
okay. And I was just playing, but thank you. I
know,
appreciate
but
that.
you are. I acknowledge that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, what happens, and I've worked with major corporations that people would recognize.
Mhm.
And so what's very common is that people are working in silos with a lot of experts like themselves.
Mhm.
So they all have deep skills in an area, but they don't necessarily, because they didn't learn this in school,
Mhm.
know how to work as a team. In school,
Right.
they learned to compete. They did not learn to collaborate.
That's a great point. That is a great point.
They didn't learn conflict resolution.
Right.
There's so many skills, so many soft skills and
Sure.
leadership skills. So we were, and then project management. Having a deep skill doesn't mean that a person knows how to manage a very large project.
Right.
It's a different skill.
Absolutely. I agree.
And so we work with companies to help them with all of those skills and to help their people become very productive very quickly.
Okay. So why are you so excited that you all met each other? So what do you do?
I do personality strength testing, and I have a master's in communication. I have a PhD in psychology,
Okay.
and so
So don't play with my head while you up here now. I'm real sensitive. Don't start asking me quick.
I don't have any data on you, so I can't.
You come up here and pull an Oprah on, get all in my head, and I'm up here crying, and I'm like, oh my
It's too
God.
late.
I don't do
It's too late. It's already done.
anything without data.
Okay.
So I do personality strength testing.
Uh-huh.
And so when you will find out that you are higher than 95% of the population in achievement
Mm-hmm.
and higher than 85% of the population in nurturing. And so whatever your goal is in business, you can use those personality strengths intentionally to say, oh, I know I'm good at
Right.
this. I didn't realize that was that good. So it validates what your guesses are about your strengths and
Sure.
says what you're really good at.
Okay.
And I didn't write any of these tests. I just give them.
Okay.
And so I give tests that you get feedback on what your strengths are in terms of coping skills and in terms of temperament strengths and in terms of values.
Okay.
And you learn where you fit in 32 categories, 32 strengths across those three areas
Sure.
in the general population. So wow, I'm really good at this. And this is an objective test.
Got you.
So then you can use that to really, if you're using it for yourself and you're a CEO and you're planning for your company's future, you look at your tests and then you get your people under you to take those same tests.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how to put together a team because you have database now. You
Right.
can know that you're at the 95 percentile in terms of achievement. Your salesperson, who's your EVP of management and also marketing, what his scores are. His are maybe higher than that. They're 99%. Well, that's a good thing.
Right.
If they're at the 15%, then you need to look at that too, right?
Right.
But you have database, which these tests have been given for 40 years. And when I took them in graduate school more than 26 years ago, because that's how long I've been in business, they nailed my personality.
Mm-hmm.
They just nailed it. So then I said, okay, I'm going to offer these tests to everybody who walks in the door 26 years ago. And so I've been doing executive coaching and business coaching. And actually, I'm a marriage and family therapist too.
Got you.
So I can do both business and I can do coaching, which I do also. And I office with a psychiatrist I've officed with for 15 years.
Okay.
So
Now,
we can take care of that too.
just so you know, I think my marriage is fine, but don't ask my wife, right? I think it's fine, but
And
do not ask my wife. It may be something different. I have no idea.
I've got to throw in that business is a marriage.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
It
feels like a
is.
marriage, yeah.
And look at what I'd have to deal with all the time. Oh my God. I'm exhausted over here.
Test and see how.
It's
See
just
what
Nolan,
we need to do
Nolan,
next.
Nolan all the time.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
Oh my God. Please don't give him.
Yeah, it's a rough road.
Terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
We can
What's your
talk about
advice?
So
How
here,
do
let me
I
talk
deal
to
with
you
it?
over here. Let's. I can't listen to this
do that
anymore.
Here, we'd have to do that later.
Okay.
So how
After
do
the
how do you all foresee you guys working together now?
Well, our work is extremely complementary.
Yes, I agree. But
And I mean, we just saw it, and that's what we're so
Yeah, right.
exhilarated.
That you had this conference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because see, Dr. Help me with your last name, correct?
Canali.
Canali.
Mhm.
Okay, because we just met. Okay, so Dr. Canali
Yeah.
has very deep knowledge on the skills testing and the personality testing.
Mhm.
Okay, that's data.
Yeah, that's that.
It's data. And when people get data, it's much easier for them to become objective.
Yes.
And so for the team building, for the project management, for succession planning, for hiring, this testing gives objective data to consider.
Right.
It's not to say to make the decision, but to consider
But here's
as
the
a
other.
data point.
And here's the other part to it. You made the statement earlier that when you took the test, you felt like they nailed it, right? Now, for everybody else who takes that test and feels as if they nailed it, I'm now all ears. I want to hear everything you have to say. So if you all were to collaborate and you were to say, here's the data, and somebody said, you know what, this is 100% me. Whatever you tell me from us, where I need to go from a success standpoint, when you lay out that strategy, when you say you need these things to get you to this level, I totally believe you now because I feel wholeheartedly that it's me. So I totally see it. I totally see it. I actually would love to get a card from each one of you ladies. And if you could leave it right there on that table. And before you go, is there anything that you like to leave with?
Once you have the data and you know your personality objectively, then you know the areas of growth.
Yes.
So that's where the soft skills training comes in.
Yes.
And then there's also the technical training, for transformations,
Sure.
business transformations. But speaking very specifically about the people skills, we're people.
Right.
And, we're all smart people.
Right.
But the people skills you do not learn in school.
Right.
And so that's what we
That's
teach.
right. And for instance, one of the categories is tendency to read feelings.
Yes.
Okay.
So they might be at the 95 percentile, they might be at the 4 percentile.
Is there
Well,
is there a
if
category for tendency to make up feelings?
Well,
Good night,
we
everybody.
figured
Good
that
night.
out.
I don't have to take this. I don't have to take this.
That's a good question and a funny one.
Right.
So another way that this can be used is in staffing.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you are looking for an EVP of marketing and you're the CEO,
Mm-hmm.
you can go to the website, bestpersonalitytest.com, and you can take the test as you would like for the EVP of marketing to take it. Answer all the questions like you would like for him or her to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a prototype.
Right. Got you.
And then the other people can take it and you see how close they get to the prototype that you want.
Right. That's great. That's
It's
great.
fun too. I like this. This is fun work.
Absolutely. Please leave your cards over there. I have so much stuff I want to talk to you ladies about.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll do that.
I appreciate pleasure
Thank
meeting
you so
both of you.
much.
All right.
I'm so glad we met.
All right.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Absolutely. So much going on here. I think we're going to start wrapping it up fairly soon. I think we have a couple of more people. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely,
I'll
absolutely.
hand the mic over to you.
Absolutely.
That's
Nolan
fine.
How are you?
Davis, nice to
Margarita
meet you.
Villafranca, nice to meet you. So
All right.
we decided to do a
It's April.
threesome. Is that good?
Yes,
Yeah, that's all.
absolutely, absolutely.
Kirsten Trisco.
Hey, Miss Kirsten, have a seat. Have a seat, if you wouldn't mind. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pass the mic around, okay? And so if each one of you, I know who you are, and we're gonna talk about that. But if you could tell me a little bit about yourself and what did you like most about the forum here today?
Well, my name is Margarita, and I'm an insurance agent with New York Life. And so I come here because I work with business owners, small business owners, and I come to find out about where they can get funding, what kind of funding, and about the networking events, and then try to get the small business owners to come to join in these events because there's just so many things, and you're inspired by the stories of somebody coming in with $500 and now they have a $2 million business.
Right.
So it sounds like it's almost crazy, ridiculous, but you can see them and meet them. And the big thing is that they're just like anybody else.
Right.
And they
Right.
had a dream and they went for it.
Absolutely.
And then they network and you get the support of people like April that have their heart for women and giving back.
Right.
So that's I got out a lot of it. The food was great, and I heard you like the velvet cake.
I did like the
best,
velvet
and you didn't
cake.
want to share.
It was absolutely, it was
You know, we were
delicious and
sharing.
nutritious.
We were sharing.
Well, there's eggs in there. There's milk in there.
Right. So
that's
is that what it is?
And I
That's
heard that
right.
you had the lemon one. So that's okay. I had the both because I shared. You know how it is, you share. You're like, hey, can we share here? I have some.
See,
that was wonderful.
This is what I do. I'm telling you, when it's like it's the red velvet cake, then it's the lemon, then it's the red velvet cake. I actually ate mine, and if it wasn't what I needed it to be, I immediately start scheming on the
For the
one
next
that's
one.
exactly. It's that type. But mine was delicious, so there was no schemes in place. I was done.
And he was thinking just like a man, wasn't he? I'm going to eat that one and hers too.
Right, and that's what that is. And because you said that, we're going to hey April, and
See, so we're going to change
you?
the conversation.
You can
real
have
quick.
velvet
chocolate
cake
anytime.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm April Day, and I'm the president for the Women's Business Enterprise Alliance. And we were the hosts for the Small Business Forum this year with the governor's office, and it was amazing. And I want to say, of course, my favorite part is recognizing the small business owners for the work that they do, for the impact in the community that they do with job creation, and for also inspiring each generation under them and over them to push for their dreams, just like you said, and to go for it, because it's not easy being an entrepreneur. And then my second thing that I really loved about this is the power in connectivity. And I think you said it best, Margarita, is knowing that you're not alone, that there's someone here to support you, that there's community sourced resources here to guide you, and that there's women that you can do business with, refer out, and connect. And my hope is that leaving this event, that it doesn't stop here. The knowledge base doesn't stop here. The social media push doesn't stop here. But we continue to push each other, support each other. Nolan, this is amazing that you're supporting women. They were shocked because we awarded a male for the financial warrior.
Right.
But we did that because it's supporting women and you're focused on the success of women and moving that economic needle. And that's what makes Houston so unique. And I love what Secretary of State said when he said, what are the 5 things that you love about Houston? And okay, so I'm a foodie. I told Margarita I loved her name because we got margaritas, margarita pizza, margarita chicken, right?
Right.
But when I think about Houston, I think about the diversity. And it's the diversity in people, the diversity in thought, the diversity in culture, and the diversity of food.
Right.
It's
New York
just
now, from what I heard.
surpassing New York.
I heard.
Yeah. It's just amazing. The weather is amazing. It's a great place to do business because of the connectivity, and it's a great place to do business because of the community of business resources like WBA, like our Women's Business Center, like SCORE, like what you're doing, Nolan, that help to make businesses achieve success and push those boundaries. And you always find those stories.
Always.
Absolutely.
Those stories.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you could pass it over, and if you could introduce yourself.
Kirsten Tresco, I'm a management consultant, financial services. Today, the panel I moderated was on cybersecurity for small business. And
I thought you were like an FBI agent. I saw
We had
cybersecurity.
FBI. We had FBI.
Right. I saw the guy with the earpiece, and I think you're not supposed to look him in the eye. So I looked down, and I was like, Mayday, Mayday, I'm hit. I walked right by. I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. Right.
I got the hat. I saw you sneak.
Oh, did you see me? I was over there
He was
acting a
like,
fool
"Can I
for
come
real.
across to see you?" Remember when he was trying to get across? Can I go over there? I see your bodyguards by you.
Right. So you're the
Don't tackle
cybersecurity
me.
lady.
Well, got an opportunity to moderate a panel, and that's one of the things I liked about WBEA is you can bring in all these resources. So we had people fly in from DC for our panel today.
Got you.
Because the topic was cybersecurity in small business, and so many small businesses think, oh, nobody's going to target me because I'm too little. Well, the statistics and what we're seeing on the chatter for the cyber criminal forums is they're targeting small businesses specifically.
Got you.
Because they don't have.
It's assumed a weak link. They're targeting especially businesses that might be candidates for acquisition, because then they put their sleeper software in there, and then the business gets acquired, and it's already would be part of it. One of the key things we talked about today was that Thursday, October 1st, is a huge shift in the credit card payment industry.
Yes.
And it was in the paper, and a different machine,
Right.
the
Because of
liability
the
shifts.
chips. Right.
Yeah,
Because
there's
of the chip.
a chip.
Mhm.
Right. So what's happening, and you can read all about it, and we wanted to make sure that small businesses, especially merchants, were aware, is if somebody comes into your physical location, so the card is present,
Right.
look up what the change is, and the liability for certain kinds of fraud is shifting from the bank to the
Right.
merchant. So one of the reasons I'd gotten involved with WBEA and SBA was there's so much information that big businesses have.
Yes.
And have access to it. And I travel all over the US getting to speak to big businesses, but small businesses really need it. And you get to a network like this of women and men that are trying to help each other and bringing in things that people pay big bucks for in Fortune 500 companies, and yet we can bring it here. And this is a great platform for doing that.
Quick question, and I want you to pass it back around. What was your biggest connection here today? Now that we're at the end of the day, we've done some networking, we've met a lot of people. What was your biggest connection and why?
I think there were two.
Okay.
So one was actually connecting with the governor's office. I've never actually worked in Houston. I've traveled all over the world, and to be here and with you all and being able to share the feedback, that the power of being here in Houston, and the fact that the governor's office had hosted this. And we could have had so many more people here if we'd been able to promote a little earlier, and sharing that, and the fact that you guys did a fabulous job pulling this thing off in the time frame. So hopefully communicating that to the governor's office. Let's do it again, and let's have some more advanced notice, and let these guys do it again. And then the other was, I just ended up talking to a woman that has it's a human resources kind of evaluation personality testing. Yeah. Hadn't seen that.
Right, she was just sitting right here.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you just talked about
absolutely.
it. And hadn't talked about that at all. I mean, you work in financial services, you work in very data analytical or cybersecurity topics, and this was more the softer side. But hiring is so critical. If you don't get that right, it's it's expensive.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So those were my two.
Okay.
Wow. So I think I have two also. So, and I'm sorry, right? So I think my takeaway was seeing connections happen. And so with Comcast Spotlight, she was talking to me about how business owners can connect and get media at low cost. And I thought, okay, I see the vendor space, you want money, that's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, okay, is this really going to happen? And she talked about kind of what does that presence look like for the small business owner, and how do they connect, and to not just connect into driving business, but also connecting into other business units. So that was the first one.
Wait, before you move on to the second one, I need you to realize that I brought Comcast here.
Did you do that?
Yep, because I'm a Comcast partner.
Oh my God.
I need you to understand. Come on now. Come on
I love
now.
it. So that's
you
why
out
you
there
came
talking to
over
set
there.
right. Exactly.
Yes, definitely.
Exactly.
Well, so that makes sense,
Right.
Because you've got your pulse on not just the social media piece, but the marketing piece, the
Yes.
marketing aspect, and why it's so important. It's the number 7 reason why businesses fail, but it's the first thing that a lot of small businesses stop doing.
Right.
And I think you've brought, with you bringing them here, that connectivity, you've shown that it's affordable.
Yes.
But then you've also shown how we can do it with social media. You have the frame going around,
Right.
and then you're sharing it. And when you're sharing, I mean, they say sharing is caring. So thank you for bringing them. I did not
Absolutely.
know that. I'm going to connect with them.
Okay.
Because it's an opportunity to not only share your story like what we did today, but it's an opportunity to get into other networks. And why that's important is because we talked about, of course, that small dip and where we are within the energy.
Mhm.
But a lot of times that dip brings an opportunity. So we may experience an external weakness, but that external weakness, such as a dip in the economy, turns into an opportunity to diversify,
Absolutely.
to delineate, to partner, to do a joint venture. And I think what the Governors Forum did today was find opportunities for business owners to connect, diversify, delineate, and partner. And you brought that with that media and that marketing piece is don't cut your marketing budget. Don't stop your social media posts. Don't stop your outreach because you've seen a decline in maybe your revenues, but find alternative ways to fund your business, to source it, to look at opportunities to connect with other women business owners and other business owners that can make your revenue move. So that was awesome. Did you plan that?
I did not. What I did was I did reach out to her.
Okay.
I told her that this was going to be an awesome event. I had a couple. No, I have a mic.
Oh, okay.
I had a couple of other people. You know, I brought Microsoft as well because I'm
You
a
brought Microsoft too?
because I'm a Microsoft partner as well.
Yes. And I need to connect with them. So that's great.
That's not a problem. That's not. I can make all of that happen for
There's
you.
some
Is
connections
it?
going on
Is there
there.
anything
Yeah,
else
yeah.
you need me to do? I can write a list. So
Yeah,
you need
we're
anything
gonna,
else?
We're gonna have to do coffee or something because I've got a list of things that we want to do in this community, and I think you're going to be prime target for that. Like,
Okay. All right.
critical person in
Okay.
that endeavor. Yeah.
Okay. And so,
go
what was
ahead.
the second thing?
Okay, so
The second connection.
The second connection was I was sitting there talking, and it happened again. So your event, when we're learning in the workshops, yes, there's opportunities to connect, but I think this hour that you provided for us, Nolan, really allowed us some time to sit down and connect one-on-one.
Right.
Or three, right? So you had some more meaningful conversations. And so I was talking with one of our women business owners, and she was saying, I'm going to introduce a new product to the market, which complements one of the products that she's already doing. And it's organic. It's an opportunity to, it was organic oils, organic lotions, and soaps. And they're geared for individuals that have babies that are in neonatal, and also individuals that are cancer survivors or afflicted with cancer right now. And she says, and I want to get this in the marketplace, but I don't want it to just be in the hospitals. And then prior to here, I had a meeting with Cracker Barrel, who was looking for different products to put into their stores, and because they want to diversify.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I've got to put you in touch with Cracker Barrel, because that's something that, like, I have asthma very bad, puts me in the hospital at least 4 times a year. So I can't do all kinds of different scents and things. This is a great opportunity for me. And so, and then the other piece of that is we're partnering with Covia Health, because when we look at the women business owners, we're also looking at the health piece. And Covia Health does 3D mammograms. So we're doing a health fair, and our goal, yes, and bone density.
Gotcha.
And our goal is to reach 500 women by the end of 2016 with the 3D mammograms and the bone density for women who don't really have time to just go to an office. So we're bringing the wellness suite to them. And she said, I'm a cancer survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2D mammogram didn't work for me. And I said, I would love for you to share your story to other women. I mean, I mean, it was powerful. So powerful connectivity that happened right here at this event that you brought to us again, Nolan. And he didn't pay me to say that. Right? I had no idea what I was going to say when I got here, but it was amazing. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think the biggest connectivity that I've had here is right now with April Day sitting here at the end.
Okay.
Because she's just so powerful, and her love for what she does.
Yes.
Just shows, and it's been shown throughout the day with all the people that work for you and work with you and know you, and how you presented yourself during the whole day. That's awesome. So I think at the end of the day, I think I'm sitting by her, and I think that sometimes things happen for a reason, and I think this is it.
Okay.
And this is it.
Absolutely.
This is it.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad to be here with you.
I love everything that was done here from the standpoint of really breaking down different elements and aspects of business to where it can be absorbed and inspirational at the same time. A lot of times you get a lot of mundane information. It's like something else I got to do, right? And people leave with a bunch of notes, and they're like, when am I gonna find time to do all of this stuff, right?
You got another to do.
But everybody left empowered. They left inspired. And what we tried to do, even on our panel, was to show the big picture, right? It's one thing for me to show you a laptop and say, this is how you Facebook, right? You do this, you click there. That's just all clicks. But when I paint the big picture of what it really could do for you from a messaging standpoint, as you integrate that social media part with the regular parts of your marketing and how organically you can come up with posts, right? Now it's like, okay, I get it, right? So our thing, and what I'm hearing that everybody else was all about delivering the I get it, right? And it's that type of situation. So
it's achievable. See, when you come to something like this and you hear the speakers and you see them and you touch them and you feel them and you hug them, it's achievable. I can do it. If you're just seeing somebody from a distance and you can't talk to them or connect or hand your card to them and touch them, it's not going to do you any good. See,
Right.
So hearing these things, the women leave empowered because I saw her, I touched her, she told me her story. I started better than that so I can do more.
And now when you friend them on Facebook or you
Right.
connect with them on LinkedIn, I'm actually connecting with someone that I know.
Right,
I
exactly.
could do business with a person that I know.
I
I'm
saw her.
liking a page of someone I know.
Right, right.
That's different.
Absolutely.
That's totally different.
Absolutely.
That's totally different.
I think
That's
we
wonderful.
I think we got everybody, and I think we're gonna close out right here with the president of WBEA, and we're gonna try to stop this broadcast really soon. So let me get my team. Can I get somebody from my team, like Avery Hunter, to try to come and stop the broadcast? We're gonna wrap up. I hate to just say Avery Hunter, but Avery Hunter,
right now.
right? We're about to finish this whole broadcast. We've been here all day. This is Nolan Davis. We're ending right here at the Governor's Small Business Forum. A lot of great information, a lot of great connections, great people from beginning to end and everything in between. You've seen it here first. Hopefully we'll be doing it next year as well. And hey, my tagline has always been, until next time, love to live to learn, and be well. And so if you need something, we are at upsociallive.com. You can comment there. The hashtag again is hashtag Houston GSBF. I've been messing that up all day. So, and this is the last time that I'm gonna mess it up. And from here on out, we are gone. Everybody wave. Boom.